So then we get into this whole same game parlay holiday. An entire agreement was made. A lot of conversations were had about how we do this, because they have to run their business. We have to run our business. Our businesses are not the same, but how can we meet in the middle to create something awesome? Same game parlay holiday was born.
Perfect.
Myself, Evan Fox, AJ Hawk, and Dirty put our minds together, and we felt very, very good about the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was playoff time. They're about to flip this switch. How you doing? Keep it moving. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. Fly. Eagles fly. The fuck out of Tampa with an L. Okay, that is what we thought. That was our entire conversation. No offense to Sirianni. No offense to the Eagles. But this is levels to this shit, and you're playing against Tom Brady at home in the playoffs with a bunch of OGs. And this game matters. So how do we cook up a same game parlay that we can be an additive to the same game parlay holiday, that we can really fucking take them for it? Well, we think Tampa's going to win by at least 3, so we'll do alternate spread -2.5. Check. How you doing? Keep it moving. It was a lock before the game even started.
Yep.
Well, Rob Gronkowski touchdown. Check. That's a lock before the game even starts, even though everybody said he hadn't scored since like week 13 or week 14. It's the playoffs. Antonio Brown, Tom just had that entire thing. Gronk is Tom's guy. Last week he goes back on the field to throw him money or throw him a ball to get him his $1 million. Now, Uncle Sam also got about $480,000 there, but whatever the case, Gronk catches that. Tom Brady was going to find Gronk in the end zone of this game. Check. That's a lock. Wide open, by the way, play action.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Easiest touchdown in his career.
Who else?
Mike Evans.
Antonio Brown does his entire thing. Yeah. He leaves, kind of leaves us. Chris Godwin gets hurt. That guy was a glue guy. Mike Evans has been a G here.
Yeah.
Mike Evans has been with us since the beginning. Mike Evans took a pay cut to pay other people. Mike Evans is an anomaly. Mike Evans is a freak. Mike Evans is going to score a goddamn touchdown. Check. That was a lock before the game even started. Boom. The issue with all those things being locked before the game even started is that the odds were not that great.
Sure.
Had to get them above plus 400 at least, and they had to stay above plus 400 no matter how many people bet. So then we started thinking back to last postseason. And last week, there's this little tiny flash lightning white guy named Scoot Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller is almost a duplicate of every small white that Tom Brady had thrown the ball to over the years and years and years in cold-ass Foxborough.
Yep.
He just happens to be faster. So I'm not saying that his football IQ is the same as Julian or Amendola or Wes's or anything, but said white prototype in Tom Brady's offense has been there for a long time. He was hurt. He came back, got the ball. Now it's the playoffs. This dude is going to get a ball. 8.5 yards was the receiving yards.
Okay.
8.5 yards. Scotty Miller's so fucking fast, 8.5. He gets one, it's going to be 15, 13, 17. Yep. It's probably only going to be 1 or 2 balls. It's going to have to happen, whatever the case. First quarter, he gets a ball. Holy shit. Is he a part of the actual strategy tonight? He gets tackled at 8 yards, says the ref. If you watch that play back, I think it's very evident he got fucking 9 yards. But it didn't matter at the time because it was first quarter and they were just marching right down the field. There's the first down. There's him laying down. There's multiple photos to show his back flat at 9 yards where the ball is. That would have been a winning same game parlay holiday before the fourth quarter even began if this ref spots this at 9 yards. Now, I don't particularly like this one white up here on the sideline pointing 4 yards back. Okay, that guy who's pointing, I don't know if he says this guy's hurt or if he's saying this is where the ball, where he was down at or he stepped out of bounds at. They end up spotting him at 8 yards, which makes no sense. Should have been 9, but whatever. That's the first quarter, second quarter, early in the second quarter. He's going to get the ball again.
Yeah.
And Tampa Bay Buccaneers just start motorboating Eagles.
Killing them.
Dog walking.
Oh, yeah.
Hit. Sirianni talks about that dog mentality. We got a bunch of dogs. Well, they were all on leashes yesterday.
Yeah.
They were.
And Tampa Bay Buccaneers were just doing this. Okay, this is what the Buccaneers are doing. And those dogs were doing a lot of things, throwing the ball to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, fumbling, doing that whole thing. Those dogs were not exactly acting right, but they were somehow maintaining at least a close enough distance where Tom Brady continued to go on the field, because I thought at the end with the fourth quarter starting, there's going to be a Blaine Gabbert sighting.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Blaine Gabbert's going to throw the ball to Scotty Miller. All we need is one more fucking yard. And then tick, 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 tick. Numerous possessions happen, and all of a sudden, Scotty's nowhere to be seen except for on the fucking punt team where he's almost breaking his ankle every single time. Then the fourth quarter, I'm standing less than 6 inches away from the television. I see those arms taped. I see little 10 pop his head into the huddle. Oh my God, Scotty fucking Miller, dude. And then I see Tom hit Scotty Miller in the stomach, and he goes, Scotty, over here. Scotty still goes to the wrong side. He goes, no, Scotty, over here. Oh my God, Scotty's getting the ball. Scotty's getting the ball.
Yeah.
I was about to go ape shit. I mean, a plus 1,000 bet, okay? Plus 1,000, which is massive odds.
Would you like to know the chance of hitting a plus 1,000 bet?
Please go ahead.
9%.
Okay, so we're at plus 1,000. It was at plus 1,100 at its highest, plus 800 something at its lowest, but it hovered around plus 1,000. 69,261 bets. Scotty Miller, over here, Tom says. And I go, yeah, come here, Scotty. Fucking end around handoff, 9 yards rushing, okay, 8 yards receiving. There was another play where he ran a quick out and Bernard ran a quick out. In some reason, Tom Brady didn't even look Scotty and Gronk's way. He threw it straight to fucking Bernard. So here we stand at the end of Same Game Parlay holiday with 0 winners, and we lost by a fucking half a yard yet again. And I'm reminded why we stopped promoting these Same Game Parlays.
Yeah.
I was broken last night. I tried to watch that Nickelodeon show. I said, shut the fuck up.
Couldn't do it.
Where's Lex?
Well,
Where is Lex Lumpkin? But also, I don't think anything could have brought me any joy at that moment. I took a walk, went down to my basement, put the Oculus on, and fought 2 people.
Nice.
Same Game Parlays are not for the faint of heart.
No, not at all.
The Same Game Parlay holiday took us on quite a ride. And we appreciate everybody so much for riding alongside of us on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. And we appreciate all the effort of all the players that we had bet on. And we understand that Scotty Miller doesn't get to decide how many yards he gets receiving. But goddamn it, Scotty, keep your feet and pick up 15 there. We're not even asking this question.
One time.
Come on.
You did an incredible job picking that Same Game Parlay.
The Tom Brady Niels,
Oh,
Yep.
man.
that was like a plus 700 something. Michael Pittman Jr., that was like another plus 600, plus 700. Wide open, gets tripped up. It's heartbreaking. And I'm being called, a sellout, and I'm doing this for FanDuel. Those are the ones that pissed me.
Yes.
Instagram reported me for a comment on my own post.
What?
Yeah, because a guy wrote this big, long, grandstanding comment about how, I continue to
Taking
just
money from us.
bootlick FanDuel and steal money from his fans. So in this moment of me walking around the house, okay, going down to the basement, getting the Oculus on, and throwing hands and bombs at some sons of bitches in there who had no idea what Scotty Miller did before I got in that room. They had no idea. I crow hopped into the first fight against fucking dumbass Joe. Bang! I was so mad. But it's set up for everybody to say that we don't care, we don't want to win. I fucking wanted that. That would have been a record. That would have been the biggest hit in the history of sports books.
Oh, yeah.
But instead, as Foxy reminded us all in a text last night, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And if 69,261 bettors are on one side and you win, that's the biggest win in the history of sports betting. And if you lose, it's the biggest loss
Yeah.
in the history of sports betting.
By far. It's messed up.
We got to get to a break. Oh, I have some news.
what's that?
FanDuel's going to refund everybody that was a part of our same game parlay, the 69,261 of them. Not because it was a bad beat. They do not want to set the precedent. Not because they saw how beat up I was. They received some text. They sent me some text message like, "Hey, sorry about it, dude." I'm like, "You're not sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, you are not sorry." But because the spirit of the holiday, they said.
Well, that's nice. It's the least
Good
they could
people.
do.
Now, I don't know if they would have done this if any of the other parlays hit, but since none of our parlays hit and we're off by half a yard, it's not a bad beat refund. They said we are not setting the precedent as that. It is strictly just for the holiday season that is the same game parlay holiday. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't necessarily make me feel better because I still would like to win, but I am pumped that by tomorrow, I believe, or Wednesday, now it's 69,000 some votes, everybody will be getting their money back, and we appreciate everybody riding.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
everybody.
So
FanDuel.
I thought you were a sellout, though. I thought you were taking the money from the poor, giving it to the rich. I thought you were a bad guy.
That guy, he doesn't even know it, too. He just did it just to get it. He has no idea that as I read it, I was like, I wish I knew this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I did not expect to be that tore up about it. Just like the Colts losing to the fucking Jags. I didn't expect to be that tore up about it, and I was. This one I couldn't have expected. Now, in the first half, no Gronk tud, no Evans tud.
Nope.
I mean, the Bucks were up. Scotty had 8 yards.
Yeah.
It did not look great at halftime. But then all of a sudden you see Gronky getting the end zone, and then Evans getting the end zone, and it's like, holy shit, we still got a quarter and a half
Yeah,
left.
it was back-to-back possessions that they scored touchdowns. Like, oh, okay, we're in the great game now. Here we go.
It's in the stars. But we lost. Big shout out to FanDuel for an incredible same game parlay holiday.